What's up, everyone? It's the Wall Street Custodian, and in this video it's going to be a little bit different. This was a requested video by a few of you guys, and basically it's going to be who is the Wall Street Custodian and how did I wind up doing this on YouTube. Try to keep this pretty small and short and not get too personal, but give you a little bit of background on me. I had very loving parents, very fortunate for that. My dad still till this day is my best friend, and I just can't express my thankfulness for that. He's got my back and everything, and all the hardships in my life, he's been right there behind me, as was my mother as well. My mother did pass away back in 2006. She was very sick. She was sick my whole life, paralyzed from the waist down. Horrible. That's another story for another day. My father always taught me how to be a good man, how to respect women, how to respect your elders. And I think that's values that should be passed along to everybody, that I feel, from what I see in the world, it's not passed along to this next generation as much. There's some, and there is definitely some good guys, good kids coming out there. So teach those values to your kids. Respect women, respect your elders, respect others as you want to be treated. So that's one of the things that my parents instilled in me from the very beginning. And man, strength. If there's anything my mom taught me, is how to have strength and how to persevere no matter what. I mean, she couldn't walk, but yet she got a van into the car, and she would drive with hand tools. What she faced in her life was horrible, and sometimes when I'm having tough times, I just think about how tough my mom had it, and this is nothing. Keep going on. Also, I have a very loving aunt. Same thing. She's been dealing with MS, and what an amazing woman. Just perseveres on, in the face of such adversity. And so those are just some influences of, those are real life heroes of mine. My mom, my aunt, and my father, my best friend. High school was great. I wound up doing culinary arts. I wanted to be a chef. I worked in a pizzeria during high school and loved the business. My father, like I said, always instilled in me the entrepreneurism. My father had his own business, and even when I was in school, I think you'll find this one interesting. We were in Price Club one time, my mother and I saw boxes of Twix and Snickers and Skittles. I think the boxes were like $6 or $7, and there was like 24 in each one. And the first thing I thought was, I could sell these for $1 a piece in school. And I did just that. My mom let me buy 3 boxes, one of each, and I was bringing Skittles, Twix, and Snickers to school, selling them to basically this was like middle school time. And yeah, I remember I couldn't believe when I sold all of them, and I had about $75 but I only put $24 in, and I was like, whoa, $24 I turned into $75. That changed my life, how I looked at things. I think business is the best thing, being able to work hard and, just business as a whole. Anything entrepreneurism is one of the coolest things that we really should be teaching the youth more too these days. I actually wasn't able to do that too much. I did that once or twice, and then somebody told on me, and the school stopped me from doing that. But it was just to give you an idea of my mindset is always towards the entrepreneur side, always towards business, free market, capitalism. It's what makes our country great. If you have an idea and you want to make a product, you can go out there and do it, or buy something and sell it for more, you can go out and do it. So I wound up going to college for culinary arts, loved cooking, and right out of college, basically, I actually only went to 1 year of college because we wound up buying a pizzeria, family business. My father, my brother, and myself, and we worked our butts off. 7 years, 12 hours a day, no days off. If anybody else out there has been in the restaurant business, you know what it's like. Or if you're in the restaurant business right now, you know what it's like. I still occasionally work at the restaurant. It's not ours, but I work for somebody else now. But it's a tough business. We wound up selling that, and after that, I got into doing mortgages. Now this was around 2007, 2008, the peak of the mortgage boom bubble, right? And everybody knows what happened after 2008 with the mortgage collapse, the market collapse. That was a brutal time. That's when a lot of these people now who are into all these short squeezes and market manipulation, a lot of them, if you read a lot of these Reddit posts, a lot of them reference back to that time, because a lot of people got screwed out of a lot of money back then, and my family was no different. We had a mortgage company. We sunk a ton of money into it, still in debt from it to this day. It was that's how business goes. You take a risk, you start a business, because after working at the mortgage company I was working at, I realized, wait a second, this is great, selling mortgages. Why don't I start my own mortgage company? And that's what my father and I, again, did together. We're best friends. My dad is my best friend in the world, and my brother, and we wound up doing a mortgage company together. Unfortunately, 2 years after we started it, the bottom fell out of the market. It was a brutal time. Very, very horrible for so many people in this country, and we were one of them. So I wound up going back to what I know, and that was a restaurant, and worked at a really great restaurant for another 10 or 12 years. And great place, and, got back on our feet. And I was very lucky then to become a custodian, which I love my job. Love the people I work with. Very fortunate to have the job that I have. And I did that because I couldn't work in a restaurant forever. No benefits. It's good money, no benefits, right? So, but I always had that entrepreneur mindset in the back. That's why I loved investing. I started investing in an IRA quite a long time ago. And, with the rise of the easy to invest apps in our pockets, that's when I started to not just have an IRA, but do individual investing with Webull and Robinhood. But rewinding slightly, during the years that I was at the pizzeria, always having the entrepreneur mindset, I actually started a t-shirt company. It went good. I was able to get sales. And the hardest part, I was selling fishing t-shirts. It's one of my big hobbies is fishing. And one of the things I realized quickly is I was making some money, but the amount of my revenue wasn't big enough. My margins were small. So the amount of money I was spending on advertising and the cost of the shirts and the making it, even though I was doing printing on demand, my advertising costs, advertising on Facebook and on Instagram were really, really high. I never did advertise on YouTube. I maybe should have went down that route. I didn't, but I wound up putting that business on hold and had the idea, you know what? I love investing. I like to talk. And I have so much information crammed in my mind. I wanted to get it out there and just do it. So I said, let me think of, why not do a YouTube channel? Why don't I give this a shot? And I just did it. I just went into it, without really any direct plan and just let's see if it works. Let's see if I can do this every single day. Let's see if it works before I, start buying fancy stuff. And, some people just go all out and buy all kinds of crazy stuff. You'll see. I didn't buy this mic right until we were deep into the channel here because I wanted to see that it was going to work and I was going to do it. And that really was where we are now, guys. I'm a custodian who loves my job. It's a good job. I'm not a doctor or a lawyer. It's a good, run of the mill job with a pension and benefits and, average, I'll say, but that's the reason for the channel is because I'm trying to show that anybody can have just a regular job and invest money and make some money in the stock market too. So that's the point of the channel, guys. That's who the Wall Street Custodian is. I hope you got some insight out of that. And more videos to come. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next one.